Suryakumar Yadav chose the aftermath of the India versus Pakistan match in the Asia Cup to send what he felt was a strong message to the state of Pakistan. You'd remember that Sky chose not to shake hands with any of the players, and after hitting the winning runs, he and Shivam Dube simply walked off the park. But if you thought that the noisy neighbors were going to be taking that in their stride, well, of course, you'd be thinking wrong, because a lot of noise has come out from the noisy neighbors. And let's just say they're not very happy at what they perceive as a lack of sportsmanship or a case of mixing politics and sports. Before we go into why, let's say, this is such a wrong perception, wrong idea, let's first take a look at some of the more notable reactions that came out after this particular incident took place. Starting, of course, with Mohsin Naqvi, whose opinion on this is very important given he is the ACC chair as well as the Pakistan chair, cricket board chairman, but is also a political figure in the state of Pakistan. He said that it's utterly disappointing to witness the lack of sportsmanship today. Dragging politics into the game goes against the very spirit of sports. Let's hope future victories are celebrated by all teams with grace. All teams with grace. That is what he had to say on this matter. And again, it's fairly debatable as to whether or not this was graceful or there was a lack of grace shown. I think the Indian team did what they had to do. They won the match, they played the match, and then just walked off the field. But of course, as I said, this is something that's ruffled a lot of feathers, including that of Mr. Shoaib Akhtar, who had this to say on the matter. He said, "I'm speechless. It is disheartening to see, and I don't know what to say. Hats off to India. Just don't make things political. Just don't make things political." It goes back to an old refrain that consistently comes out wherein we've said, don't mix politics and sports. But can you really be affording to do that in the current circumstances? I'd say probably not, but your mileage may vary. Another very interesting reaction came in from Mike Hesson, who of course is the current head coach of the Pakistan team. And he said, look, obviously we were ready to shake hands at the end of the game. We were disappointed that our opposition didn't do that. Now, obviously, this is him looking at it purely from just a sportsman's perspective. And you have to remember that the Kiwis really are absolute, let's say, an example of how it is that you should conduct yourself when it comes to sportsman spirit. Hesson, of course, being a Kiwi himself from the country of New Zealand. But I do think that in this case, there's something to be said that perhaps he doesn't quite understand the complexities of the geopolitical tensions that exist. So perhaps trying to look at it from just that angle might be wrong, because if you look at it purely from the sportsmanship angle, yes, of course, it's far from ideal that the Indian players didn't choose to shake hands. But can you afford to just look at it from the sportsperson's perspective? Not really. India-Pakistan tensions have always been fraught by the political side of things. It comes down to really nothing else. Any strain in relations has always been down to the political side of things, specifically cross-border terrorism that tends to come from the other side of the border. Is it possible to look at things apolitically in that regard and say, oh, don't mix sports and politics? Personally, I don't think so, but your mileage may vary. You may agree, disagree with me. What are your thoughts on the matters? And do you think that any of them actually make a valid point, or is it just them playing to the gallery, knowing fully well that something like this was going to happen anyway? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon so you know when we go live or upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such videos from the world of sport.